Welcome to Screaming in the Cloud. I'm Corey Quinn. Every once in a while, I like to take advantage of this podcast to help specific people find new jobs. So in this episode, I'd like to suggest that anyone, please hire away the AWS designer responsible for their latest What's New redesign travesty so I don't have to deal with their nonsense anymore. They also have once again broken historical links while they were at it, so please, if you have a job opening that involves threshing wheat or raising goats or working with hot tar or basically anything that doesn't involve user experience, please find them and offer them this job.
This episode is sponsored in part by my day job, the Duck Bill Group. Do you have a horrifying AWS bill? That can mean a lot of things. Predicting what it's going to be, determining what it should be, negotiating your next long-term contract with AWS, or just figuring out why it increasingly resembles a phone number, but nobody seems to quite know why that is. To learn more, visit duckbillgroup.com. Remember, you can't duck the duck bill. And my CEO informs me that is absolutely not our slogan.
Now, what did AWS get up to while I was away? Enforcing organization-wide Amazon S3 bucket tagging policies. This is great, except for A, the part where it's an AWS solution instead of a native feature, and B, it silently updates a bucket to block object uploads, causing folks' applications to break with remarkably little clue as to why. If you're in central IT and debating deploying something like this, you're about to discover what your colleagues think of your ham-fisted approach to policy compliance. ECS Exec is now available in the AWS Management Console. ECS Exec is also, in all likelihood, available on the open market as AWS folks at all levels are leaving the company in droves. It's almost like treating people poorly has downstream effects on morale, which in turn impacts retention. Oh well, I'm sure AWS leadership knows best. AWS Control Tower now supports Internet Protocol version 6. This will be a terrible financial blow to the managed NAT gateway team's margins if this becomes widely adopted, as egress-only IPv6 gateways are blessedly free. Introducing AWS CDK Refactor in Preview. This is a great feature which does not appear to be using GenAI. This increases my confidence that it'll actually work instead of being a random crapshoot every time I try and use it. Accelerate serverless testing with local stack integration in VS Code IDE. My opinion on this feature can be summed up with a handy disclaimer. I'm an early angel investor in local stack because I believe very strongly in what they're building.
This episode is sponsored by my own company, the Duck Bill Group. Having trouble with your AWS bill? Perhaps it's time to renegotiate a contract with them. Maybe you're just wondering how to predict what's going on in the wide world of AWS. Well, that's where the Duck Bill Group comes in to help. Remember, you can't duck the Duck Bill, which I am reliably informed by my business partner is absolutely not our motto.
AWS WAF now includes free WAF vended logs based on request volume. If there's one thing customers love, it's free things metered by their consumption of a different dimension. That's like giving AWS employees free coffees based upon the number of vowels in their What's New posts. I'm kidding. Everyone knows that Amazonians get exactly one free fancy coffee a day and no more because they are frugal. AWS recognized as a leader in the 2025 Gartner Magic Quadrant for Contact Center as a Service with Amazon Connect. I do not understand why Amazon posts these things. I have customers using Connect, but until Amazon posted this, I didn't realize that both Genesis and Nice are options that are apparently kicking the crap out of Connect as per this quadrant. I'm serious. I've always said nice things about Connect to customers, but now I have two other options I should present to them without having to go scrounging for them. And finally, introducing universal installers for AWS CLI version 2 on macOS. There has been an open GitHub issue upon which I have commented for at least 3 years. Thank you to whatever single part-time AWS engineer fixed this as their passion project when they got a spare half day to work on it, because I have long since given up on this. And that's what happened last week in AWS. I'm Corey Quinn. Stick around.